Jonas Sanker, senior star on this defense.
Ooh, Jonas Sanker.
Life is both incredible parts and really bad ones.
All activities have been canceled at Virginia.
Experiences you go through really put it in perspective and made you stronger.
Those core memories stick with you forever.
Seeing some of his high school games, you could definitely see that, wow, he actually is a lot better than a lot of the other kids.
I just started getting a ton of major football offers. Started with the Ivy Leagues, then, some of the mid-majors and some of the group of five. Boston College ended up being my first Power 5.
He ended up committing to Boston College. It was a great school that seemed like a good fit for him at the time.
He was very excited about his Boston College commitment. He had formed a great relationship with the coaches.
I thought that's where I wanted to go and where I wanted to be, but with everything we had going on with my dad, it ended up just being the right decision for me to stay home. So I ended up, switching to UVA.
The first time we really knew anything was when we went to the beach. So we were playing cards as a group, and every time we got around the circle, Dad would forget how to play.
That was the first time I kind of really witnessed, something's actually wrong.
Alzheimer's is such a complex disease. It is hard to wrap your brain around when you realize, oh, wow, he can't comprehend and do your first grader's math anymore. He doesn't recognize how people fit into the family structure. Putting coherent thoughts together, speech pattern, things that came so easy to him, just didn't happen.
The hardest part was just watching him get frustrated. When he started to slowly lose his ability to speak and just he couldn't put words together, he would get frustrated on himself. That was definitely tough to watch. Everybody on the team was close to everybody. And that's kind of just how UVA was. It was a very tight-knit family. I met Lavelle and Deshaun when I first came to UVA my freshman year. And then Devin, I met him my sophomore year. He transferred in.
What up, everybody?
All had different personalities, but they all brought tremendous joy to the program. Devin was the life of the party.
He was probably the biggest jokes out of all three of them. Everybody looking around, just laughing.
Deshaun was the rapper, the entertainer.
We'll come over, turn on a beat or something, and just have rap battles. His bars always be funny.
Lavelle was just kind of a bigger-than-life type of figure.
For my childhood, a lot of it was just, throwing the football with them, working out with them. He was always funny to work out because he would be able to throw up craziest amounts of weight at 50 years old. It used to be crazy.
All the things that he's taught us over the years about faith, family, community, and hard work, showing up for our games, being there at every meal, challenging us and disciplining us because he cared about us.
Hello, everyone. I am so grateful to be a part of this community.
He was the headmaster at our school, so he was firm, but I think he really led by example.
He would pull me out of sports, if I had a C or something, and that used to drive me crazy. He knew what I was capable of. He wanted me to be the best man I could, so that was what I needed to learn at the time.
Spring of 21, Jonas is going to college. We went to Disney for the full day and had the time of our lives.
It was certainly memorable to have time together in that way before things started to shift and change more and more.
I knew there were things going on at home, and then as time went on and I learned, just the extent of what was being asked of him and what was required, just created a profound respect for him.
At that point, George needed 24/7 care.
My mom had 4 kids at home. I got to grow through my whole childhood and high school and all that, with the dad, and they don't get that, so, just trying to help however I can.
He just stepped right up to the plate and took over. Hey, Jonas, I know you're busy, but are you able to do some pickups or drop-ups? Hey, Jonas, I know this is your off week. Could you come and spend the night and care for George?
Being able to, go to siblings' games and support them and just talk about the game with them, encourage them and help them. Still have that, presence of someone who just really cares about what you're doing was definitely important. One of my roommates came in and was like, yo, you see this, on Twitter? And it was something to do with a shooting. We're just sitting on our phones on the couch just waiting for updates. We see some a bus with students and there was football players on it. We just kept finding out more and more. And we hear 3 of our teammates got shot.
Breaking news we are continuing to monitor. 3 UVA football players have been shot and killed, 2 others wounded as the campus is reeling from a shooting.
We stayed up all night and then we had a meeting. Everybody came in and kind of just sat with the coaches. I don't even think anything was said. We kind of just all sat there in shock.
It broke the team. At first, people are kind of in disbelief, this can't be true. What do we do next?
I don't think I've ever seen him this shaken up.
It doesn't even feel real. And then, you start to go through days and, he's not coming over no more. They're really gone. It definitely gives you appreciation for life.
It is very terrifying and very disheartening as a mother to see how your life can change in an instant. It is terrifying.
It's always fun to have everyone out there together and just, tossing the ball around, doing something simple. Even just sometimes we'll just sit on the couch and we turn music on. And if you play some old R&B, he'll be over here dancing and singing. He loved music.
It is fun to see that he still has the same smile and the joy that still exists.
With tragedy striking in whatever way, I think it's just brought more to the forefront of how quickly things can change.
With the first picks in the 2023 NFL Draft, we welcome to the NFL family Deshaun Perry, Lavelle Davis, and Devin Chandler of the University of Virginia.
Them not having that opportunity to chase their dreams no more and try to go to the NFL, it's tough. Those 3 guys wouldn't want us to just, sit in sorrow and just be sad for them the rest of our lives and not have to, stop chasing greatness. Draft night was gonna be super special. Just speak to all the work I put in, come a long way.
He lost some of his really good friends. That is really hard. And watching his dad decline, it wasn't easy. This was so much of his passion and his desire to see his kids blossom in these ways, and now not being able to realize that. Yeah, it's bittersweet.
He pours so much into my life. I want to be a great father as well someday. So being able to take all the stuff I've learned to keep going and letting everything he gave to me not go to waste. You're able to cherish those memories Just helps you remember who you are, where you came from, and always stay close with the people who care about you and were there for you in the beginning.